today's program, we are focusing on the challenges of Africans in the diaspora. With me in the studio is the chairman of the African Union SIP Region Canada, Mr. Macaulay Kalu. You're welcome. And we also have the Secretary General of African Union SIP Region Canada, Barbara Stewart. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, in the process, being as an organization all about promoting African heritage, and as individuals being in the diaspora, in order for us to move from point A to point B in development and political progress, no matter the challenges, you have to rise above it and be the change.
The good thing about the sixth region is that it's all people of African descent. Mm-hmm. It's a collective process. Now, let's use the continent for example, before we move to overall people of African descent. Now, the people who are living in the continent and who has left the country came out because of different reasons. It could be economic situations, political reasons, it could be, war or, things like that.
Definitely.
Or for better, for a better life and stuff like that. And they've traveled and left the country. And some of them have issues, because of, political conditions and all that. So when you are in the diaspora and somebody's telling you about the country of birth and all that, and then you do the analysis of saying, well, the president is not doing that, the country is not doing that, and so I don't think I'm willing to go back to invest my money and my time and all that, which gradually things are changing, that people are seeing that you cannot stay away. You have to be part of a system to change a system. No matter what is going on, we have to be part of the change. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, what happened was that we had to explain that the collective sixth region does not look at individuals
countries. And to you, Barbara, looking at your organization, you're the Secretary General, and we're talking about dual citizenship. When you try to work with embassies within Canada to achieve that collaboration, is it quite challenging to work with different embassies?
The embassies are actually willing to embrace the thought and the idea of people wanting to go back home. So some of the embassies have diaspora offices in the country. Awesome. So it makes it easier for the diaspora when they go home. For example, Ghana has a diaspora office through the president.
Yeah, the directorate.
Yes. So it makes it easier for when they go home to be able to get into the system and to be able to do what they want to do. So here we don't have challenge. The embassy works with us because we have to collaborate and to make sure taking people home and encouraging people to go back home to invest. Like you said, the brain drain is for the people to go back and invest in the country.
So it's very interesting to know that our African nations, they're warming up towards this idea of having people in the diaspora come back home.
The continent of Africa have what we call the Agenda 2063, which I really would love everybody that's listening to this program to Google Agenda 2063 and check it out. We have a 50-year plan for the continent of Africa. This was launched in 2013 when the African Union celebrated its 50th anniversary as a continent union. And they came up with a 50-year plan from 2013 to 2063. And that's called Agenda 2063. Recently, they signed a trade agreement. 44 countries out of the 55 signed a trade agreement in Africa, which making it the biggest trade agreement in the world. And so that's amazing. As they begin to practice what is written on that document, and as we look forward at the rest of the 10 or so, we're joining that agreement, there's a lot of progress. We also have free trade within the continent of Africa, right? That has been also going on. We also have the African Union Passport, which is a one passport program that you can travel across the 55 nations, which is in progress, starting from the governmental platform to get these passports all the way down to even
individual countries
and directly to to the people of Africa. So there's a lot of things that are happening that are good, in as much as we're working towards a better good of the continent or the global Africa family, as we say.
Being an organization in the diaspora, what have you guys put in place?
There's a lot of progress that's being done. We are not where we want to be, but there's a lot of changes that has been made already. We've made progress. And we are asking the people of African descent to engage in the process. When you go at the African Union headquarters, I would literally say 70 to 80% of the leaders are diasporans. You talk about Ghana. The president of Ghana used to be in the diaspora. Yeah. He lived in the UK, lived in France, different places, and he's proactive.
Yeah, we've come a long way, though.
We've come a long way. And so, we talk about the aspect of the passport. For example, the ECOWAS started, the ECOWAS passport, within 15, 16 nations. And it's been working very well. And because of that example, of course, other regions also, try to do the same and emulate that. And, get into that unified African Union passport that was launched last year, July. All that is to say that there are still a few things as checks and balances that need to be put in place to make sure that we get it right.
As you said, for example, the African Union, most of them are diasporas. So embracing the diaspora, allowing them, before it would be the Western world that will come back and do things in the country, take it back from the country,
exactly,
and then the country is left, are being raped. Yeah. But now the diaspora are taking back into the country, contributing. The government is realizing the value of the diasporas and embracing them, allowing them to come and do more.
Just join the moving train, be part of that change.
The 8 commissions is that when it comes, because they are interconnected. So when I say women and children, it means that there are people who deals on education on women and children. There are people who deals on the economic development of women and children. There are people who deal on international relations of women and children. There are people who are into media on that commission as well. And so they are all interconnected. So what we are saying is that you can find that in one project, you have more than 10 to 20 organizations coming together to do one project.
Collaboration.
Exactly. Yeah. There is room for everybody.
The pillar, the foundation of any organization to succeed. You have to be receptive to other organizations, and looking at your commission, it's very rich. I must say, listeners, don't hesitate to visit the website. Look at the commission, see where you can be involved, and like the chairman has mentioned, they are not independent of each other. They are very much interwoven.
There are programs that has been put in place through our office. There are so many agencies and other institutions, like I mentioned, KUSA International. For example, somebody say, I'm a health professional or any other skills. We have people who are actually sponsored or paid for to go and volunteer in their country of origin, right? And some people are looking, how can I give back? What can I do? I really want to do this. I want to do that. But there are so many agencies, so many organizations that when you contact us, we will help you to do that. And you come into the country and you please. If you come in today, even if somebody help you, they are free to work. Please call our office first before you make any decisions. Please. From Friday coming, I'll be doing some special training, especially for the religious or faith-based organizations. Okay. On Fridays, it's a non-denomination. It has nothing to do with any church. And it's going to be at Scarborough here on every Friday from 7 to 9 o'clock. Malvern Methodist Church, 2 Morning View Trail. We will be sending that information across.
What's the training about?
So the training is about structure within your organization, within your ministry, and also connecting with other community leaders. Because when you know each other, I always say that busy people are the one that get job done.
If you're coming into the country, you can call us and get information.
Have some resources.
Sometime in the past, somebody was trying to come here through an agency, and they paid money and they were not getting results, and they called our office and asked, could you check this agency out for us?
It's legitimate.
We paid so much money into it and we're not getting the result. And we actually went to see what was going on. The agency did not exist. So like we're saying, there are things that people can do and to make their life easier by calling our office and us helping them to get the right information.
Africans in the diaspora, despite your challenges, reach out. Continuing the networking, make sure that you reach out to the right organizations, get the right information before you be involved.
I believe in ourselves. I believe in our community. I believe in the continent of Africa. I believe in people of African descent. And I tell you, it's a matter of time that you will see the exact kind of change that we are looking for to get to where we are. But we are saying the time and the season has come that we can now all come together and do much more than what we have done in the past.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Let's write our own story moving forward.
Yes.